Hello, team. Welcome to another weekly sales meeting. We are very, very excited. This is the first week that we are going live on Facebook and LinkedIn. So if you want to head over to our Facebook and LinkedIn pages, feel free to tune in there as well. To get started, we want to talk about looking back on the last 6 to 12 months. How much have we grown? And when we say this, we're talking about each individual in addition to the company. So how much have you grown? How much do you recognize of who you were 6 months ago, 12 months ago? And it's a great question. Something Kyle Kohler texted me about the other day. He says, like, last December, who UMortgage was versus today, completely different company, completely different client experience, completely different team member experience, completely different culture. Everything has changed exponentially. You can't even recognize ourselves from 12 months ago. So ask yourselves, have I changed that much? Do I recognize, the version of myself from 12 months ago? Do I recognize the version of myself from 6 months ago? How much have I gotten better? Am I living the get better every day mindset in everything that I do? Or am I just a little bit better? And that's the challenge that we have to bring to ourselves on the next 12 months. How much are we getting better in everything we do, whether it's our client experience, our team member experience, making sure that we're adding value to our partners at an exponential rate where they need us in their business. And this is the opportunity for us to take a look at what we're doing on a daily basis and make sure that we're self-aware and that we're focused on getting better in these areas. So one thing I want to separate here is getting better every day is not the same thing as growth. A lot of people sit there and they say, hey, get better every day. It's like, I got to double my production. No, that's not the focus. The focus is, how are we getting better? How are we getting better as a presenter, a public speaker? How are we getting better by making sure we're doing better follow-up with our agents, doing better follow-ups with our clients? How are we being a better team member or co-team member for our other team members? How are we supporting our processors in a better way? How are we collaborating better? I mean, this is the level of obsession that we have to have about getting better. So we fast forward 6 months or 12 months and look back, we don't even recognize this version of us. So that's the goal. That's the focus. That's why Get Better Every Day is one of our core values. So, I've talked to a lot of people on a daily basis, and we talk about, today versus last 6 months ago. I'll hear people say, hey, Anthony, 6 months ago, I had this issue with operations. Like 6 months ago, our client experience was completely different. I can't even talk to you about 6 months ago because within the last 6 months, we've had so many iterations. We've had so many changes. We have so many new processors and team members that our client experience is exponentially better. So I can't even focus on where we were then. I'm just focused on how do we make sure we keep improving incrementally every single day. So that's the challenge I have for everybody today is, how are you getting better every day? How focused are you on your processes, on your client experience, on the way you're serving and supporting your partners? Next thing I want to show you guys, a video real quick. And this video is all about understanding what it means to put in the work and set a standard that nothing less than exceptional is accepted. So I'm going to watch this video real quick.
That year. Yes. Second down now. And timeout by McCarron. And he's upset with Barrett Jones. Wow. Boy, that is highly unusual. I thought for a moment he might have been teasing, but you can't have a scene like that out there.
Just so you understand, they're upset because they're both making calls, and McCarron's trying to overrule Barrett Jones, and Barrett Jones is saying, I'm making the call.
So what that video is all about is, you've all heard the saying, practice until you get it right. Well, the focus here is practice until you can't not get it right. Doing the same thing over and over again until you can't not get it right. Making sure that you're doing the same thing every Monday. I'm calling my clients that went out for looked at homes this weekend to just encourage them that next week another home's going to come on the market, and making sure they're getting that same reassurance and having that confidence going into the week because they had a tough week looking at houses. Are you doing it at the same time, same day every week? Are you making sure that when the client closes, you're congratulating them, you're posting the selfie from closing? Are you doing it the same cadence every single time? Every single thing within our business is a choice. And we all have these choices that we can make. We can make the choice to be average, we can make the choice to be good, we can make the choice to be great, or we can make the choice to be exceptional. Our decision has been to be exceptional, and that's why we focus on getting better every day. And until we can sit there and say, hey, we've reached the peak, we're just going to keep focusing on getting better. But it takes the consistency. It takes the consistency in everything we're doing every single day of the week. I did a time management training last week, and that was all focused on how do we manage our time? How do we make sure we're prioritizing the things that are important, the things that are urgent, the things that are not important, in a way that makes sure that nothing gets in the way of our ability to serve our clients, our ability to have that exceptional client experience, and our ability to get better every day. So understand this, it's a choice. It's your choice. And just because, we're all here at UMortgage and you put on the UMortgage jersey, that doesn't mean that we're all going to get better every day just because the part of the org or half of the org or majority of the org are getting better every day. You got to make the decision. How am I going to get better every day? How am I going to improve my client experience? You got to challenge yourself. And now's the time to challenge yourself more than ever. I see too many people letting the conditions of the market or something that they can't control determine their productivity and their success on a daily basis. That's not us. That's not our focus. So practice until you can't not get it right is all about doing the same thing over and over again until you can't not get it right. I'm going to hand it off and I'll be back shortly.
Hey guys, it's Kristopher Natschke from Detroit, Michigan. Thanks for having me on here. So I want to discuss a couple things with you. And the first one being why I joined UMortgage. So there's two real prevalent reasons as to why I joined UMortgage. The first was because of where we were timing wise in the industry this summer. I was getting priced out of retail and I was no longer competitive. So when I started to look at options for brokers or correspondent lenders to work with, UMortgage really offered me a variety of things, including better pricing and more options for my clients. So those were the two main reasons why I came to UMortgage. It's priced out of retail, couldn't be competitive because I work in a niche market, which we're going to discuss. And ultimately, I needed more options because of the niche market that I work in. So one of the things I want to discuss today is something that Nicole and I had talked about recently on another video we created, and it's called Riches Are in the Niches. My niche happens to be investment loans, but this is for anybody out there who may feel that they're struggling right now in today's market. You have to find a niche. You have to find a way to differentiate yourself. And here's why. I use this analogy often, when I'm discussing opportunities with loan officers or even my realty partners, is think of it as fishing. I'm sitting over here 20 feet off of the dock, the same spot every single day, fishing the same pool of fish every single day. And I'm pulling out multiple fish per day. I'm working smart, not hard, because I work in a niche market. Mine happens to be investment transactions, but there are so many out there. You can do conventional as a niche if you want, but there's FHA, there's down payment assistance, there's VA loans, construction loans, non-QM. There's so many out there. And the reason it's so important to have that niche is when I'm sitting there fishing the same pond or the same spot every single day, pulling out these fish, I'm doing that because I'm only focusing on one specific thing and one reason to be there to find investment loans. Versus if I were trying to cast a wide net out in the middle of the ocean, trying to catch anything that I can, one, I'm going to catch a lot of junk, things that I don't want or don't need, or I'm not going to catch anything at all. And those that are out there casting that wide net are not as successful as people who are determined and focused in one specific niche. So I challenge everybody to find that niche, determine what it is and why it's important. Because mine is investments, it's a very different environment, a very different process, but I love it. And the reason I do that is because I started doing this niche 3 years ago because I needed to fill a need for myself. I'm a real estate investor before I'm anything. I had a very hard time finding people that could write investment loans competently. Anybody can read a guideline, but it's very infrequent that they get to the finish line if they don't specialize in that type of loan, just like any other niche out there. So I challenge everybody to focus and find something that you love to do and focus on that. I focus on that so diligently that when I'm presented with opportunities to write different types of loans, like a VA loan or a construction VA loan, I'm engaging partners in my market or outside of my market to help write those loans for me. And by doing that, it's giving me the capacity to continue to excel at my one niche and be available for everybody that's looking for investment loans. I don't have the time or the capacity to learn every type of loan out there. I would rather work smart and not hard and leverage people in the industry in UMortgage that already excel in those areas and have them provide my clients that top tier service, just like I do in that investment niche. So instead of casting that wide net and having all of the, I'll eventually get there, right? Once I'm done with this sector and I've mastered it all, and now I have fed my family, my community, and I have all this extra technology and a bigger boat to go out there and start looking and casting a wider net for different types of loans. But that, I think, is a differentiator for a lot of newer loan officers is you're not focusing on one thing. You're not differentiating yourself from anyone, including within our own company. So I would certainly urge people to try to do that. I go as far as to the same thing with my partners, whether that be realtors, CPAs, tax planners, other wealth advisors. I focus on that same niche. I'm not reaching out to them to discuss primary residences or refinances or VA loans. Again, I'm just focusing on one simple thing, investment loans. So I would like everybody to find a niche, find a way to differentiate yourself, use that to your advantage. It's better to have one real great reason for your realty partners to reach out to you than trying to give them 30 different options that you offer and them trying to find one reason to come to you. Give them that one reason. So thanks everybody for having me on. I hope you found value in today, and I look forward to everybody's success in the new year.
Good morning, UMortgage family, and happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for having me back for another weekly sales meeting. It's always exciting to share some new updates with you all. If you know me, you know I love talking about most guidelines. It's so much fun. But in all honesty, guidelines can be a bit tough to maneuver around, or searching for certain things, it can lead you to another page. We have added a few videos that we created that gives you all a walkthrough of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the HUD. Huge shout out to Andrew on the HUD walkthrough for showing me a thing or two about it. These videos can be found in the Knowledge Library under the Links to Guideline category. Please take a moment to hover over there and watch those videos and get a little bit more familiar with how to search them. Okay, so now you watch the videos and you ran into a scenario, and after doing your own guideline search, you're still unsure of what to do. That's okay. We do have the underwriting scenario desk up and running and here to assist you with all your underwriting guideline questions or income scenario questions. And we understand the scenarios happen at all times. So I wanted to let you all know that we have extended our underwriting scenario desk hours. We have added more subject matter experts that can help out on nights and weekends. Now, with new hours, we have updated our SLAs. We will still be within 1 hour on the weekdays and 3 hours on the weekends. I want to also take this opportunity to remind you all once more that the underwriting scenario desk is a group of its own and has admins that monitor it during the day. If you ever need to make a post, please search for the scenario desk group, pull the template that we have attached in the description box, and make sure to give us as much information as possible so we can best assist you. Please do not upload borrower information like a credit report or a pay stub or a divorce decree. If we cannot answer your question and we will need additional documentation or information, we will reach out to you so we can make sure we have it all covered and best assist you. Before I pass this off to the next guest, How much does it cost Santa to park his sleigh? Nothing. It's on the house. Thank you all so much for having me, and happy holidays to you all.
Good morning, UMortgage family. Hey, this is Eric Rosberg, coming from Jupiter, Florida, nice and warm down here. And today I was brought in to talk about staying on top of mind with real estate agents. And this kind of goes into your sphere as well. And a couple things that I've been doing that have worked really well, because let's be honest, our goal is to take the business out of the relationships so those relationships bring us business. So how do we build those relationships and stay top of mind? One of the things I do is every day check Facebook, and I look at everybody's birthday for that day. You send them either a voice message, or if it's somebody special, somebody I know, I send them a nice video. I keep it short, succinct, pretty much the same message to everybody, but it's personalized. So it's not just the generic, hey, happy birthday. And so it's about a 15 to 20 second, just message to them, nice little message. The response I get is absolutely phenomenal. So that's one thing I've found massive success in, staying top of mind. Another thing that I've been doing is absolutely blessed. I found this EXP team in Stuart, Florida, and they do a role play and mastermind. They do it every day, 5 days a week, from 8 to 9 in the morning. So I have been blessed to be able to come in every day, and for the first 10 minutes, we role play with real life scenarios, what their challenges are. Part of my role is to empower the realtors to help them serve their buyers and their sellers a little bit better, bringing in the mortgage side, the stuff that we see all the time, that may change, whether it's the 2-1, 3-2-1 buy down, all that type of thing we can bring into the role play, how to transfer to a lender. So we role play for about 10 minutes, and then we review everybody's role play for about 20 minutes. And we go into this awesome mastermind where it's, again, they call it real estate, and it's just real stuff, real and raw. What are we dealing with? How do we overcome challenges? And it is staying top of mind, going in 5 days a week. A lot of us, I'm like, this is crazy going in so much, spending this much time. But I'm telling you, every lead I'm getting is 90% of my leads. It's because I'm top of mind. I'm always there. I'm on a Zoom call. So those are a couple things that have worked really, really well for me over the last year and a half for staying top of mind. The next thing that I actually got asked to talk about, I'm super excited about this. I'm part of the UMortgage coaching pilot program. And this is one of the most exciting things for me. I can only speak for myself, but one of the challenges I ran into for the first 2 years of my career was not knowing what to do, when to do it. I was told to go get loans. So this is super exciting. In this, we're talking about destinations, where we want to go, direction, how to get there, set up the week. I know what I'm doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, what my week is looks like. And most importantly, there's a ton of accountability. Sam, hopefully you're watching this. Sam is awesome at accountability. And I'm super excited to see this pilot program move on down. So with that said, thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Hey everyone, Matt Brady here with the Clover branch, and I'm going to talk to you today about HomeBot. And one of the things I use it for is not only for clients, but to generate realtor relationships. So with our clients, we do such a great job here at UMortgage before the transaction, giving people loan options and mortgage advice, speedy and efficient closings. But what are you doing after closing? How are you staying top of mind? And that's what I use HomeBot for. The good thing with HomeBot, every week, you're going to get a monthly email on client activity. So you can use that activity to re-engage clients that are really looking at the rate, looking at properties, give that lead back out to your referral partner so you're giving more value. Another thing that I do, or that I use HomeBot for, is when you log into your portal, you can see open rates, you can see unsubscribe rates, you can see how active people are doing. You can even scroll down, and in the app or in the program itself, it will let you know their activity over the last 30 days. So all I'm doing is a way to stay top of mind with my clients. They're getting something of value of me every month to generate conversations, to stay top of mind, that they can share with their family, friends, coworkers on how they can get a free home equity analysis every month. Now with my realtors, how I'm doing it is I'm sitting down, having my realtor meetings, hitting their pain points and asking them questions. I'll be like, hey, I know as lenders, as realtor partners, a lot of times our follow-up falls down after closing. What are you doing to stay top of mind after your closing gift? And this is where I get into HomeBot. How would it be that you give them a monthly equity analysis report no matter what? People like getting newsletters. They may not like getting, recipes and stuff like that. But what they do like finding out is some actual knowledge based on their house. And that's what I use HomeBot for. I also tell them they can use it as a little bit of a CRM as a way to track all their current and past clients. They also have another feature on HomeBot called the buyer side of it, where they can do it to try to Zillow-proof their business. And I mentioned, you do such a good job of getting them pre-approved with your lender and showing them all these houses. On top of your MLS portal emails that they're getting on listings, you can also be sending them this buyer report where they can look at certain areas, see how hot the market is, average days on market, average days to closing. And it's just one more thing to keep them off Realtor.com and Zillow.com. And realtors really respond to that. It's just another avenue to take them off those platforms where they make a wrong click and, they're getting hit on by 5 different realtors now because now they're a lead on the Zillow platform or Realtor.com platform. So it's a way to Zillow-proof their business. Like I said, it comes down to how you use it. No matter what program you use, and there's been some conversations going on in the workplace, it all comes down to, are you going to use the program? Another reason why I like HomeBot is there is a little bit of fee for the realtor. Just like anything else in life, when you get something for free, do you really use it? Where they have a little investment, of $25 to use the program, it gives them a little bit more buy-in to use it. I have several realtors that have dumped over 1,000 people in my pipeline. So now those people are potential refis, potential pre-approvals in the future. So if you have a realtor that doesn't want to pay that, tell them, hey, I will dump you into our CRM where we stay top of mind, whether it's a home buyer or, a current home buyer, just to stay active with them. And we'll do that as just an extension of your services and give them more value. It just comes down to how you present it. I'm happy to go over that. I actually created a Loom video that will be dropped in the comment section. If you want to get with me one-on-one, how I've used it to generate business for me, I'm happy to do that with you. We'll also be having a training next Thursday, December 15th at 4 p.m. I'll be on there with Skylar from HomeBot. Hope to see everyone on there. And like always, I'm here to give value and answer any questions you have. Have a great day.
Good morning, UMortgage family. It is David Koch with Iron Bank and UMortgage Illinois. As you can tell, I am fully in the Christmas spirit with my ugly Christmas sweater and Christmas tree here. But I want to tell you about a training and presentation that we're going to be doing here in Workplace entitled Rates, Real Estate, and Recession. And this is another MBS Highway presentation that they have put out that we've made UMortgage branded. And I'm going to be presenting it to teach you how to take the information and present it to your real estate agent, referral partners, to your financial advisors, and to people in your spheres of influence who may be fearing or maybe feeling the fear and trepidation and the real estate market. And this is ultimately important, for us and for our referral partners, because what happens naturally when people become fearful? They retract, right? They don't move forward. They don't advance. They don't do the things that they need to do. So we want to be the seasoned professionals who are bringing the best information possible, looking into the past to bring the best historical perspective for the times that we are in today, and bringing that knowledge and being that true advisor for our clients. So the things that we're going to be talking about here are, how are the Federal Reserve's actions over the past year? How has it been affecting the markets? How will it continue to affect the markets? How do you successfully forecast a recession? Because there's a lot of talk for, are we in one? Are we heading into one? What does a recession mean for not only mortgage interest rates, but also the housing market? And how can you move forward proactively in your business and even grow your business during this time. So please tune in. That's going to be this Friday, December 9th at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm looking forward to it. Wear your best Christmas garb. I'll see you then.
Thank you very much, David. We really do appreciate you and the team, Matt, Brady, Eric. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you very much. So a couple things before I transition here, the last couple things before we wrap up. Number one, you heard about the UMortgage coaching platform. This is another value add for our team. We did the pilot in the fourth quarter of this year. Obviously, we're moving into 2023 and we're focused on expanding that to a larger group of our loan officers. The feedback has been through the roof. Great structure. You heard it from Eric Rosberg directly. It's all about that get better everyday mindset with a little bit of accountability as well. So I'm going to transition here in two last call to actions before we wrap up. Number one, we have a special presentation tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time with Change Wholesale. Mike Lusner, our AE from Change Wholesale, is going to be doing a presentation with Rob Piclo here internally on our workplace channel. Here's the focus, is all about, they have, multiple non-QM products that add value, but it's all about learning how to present it to your different audiences, your real estate agents, your builders, and of course, your customers at the end of the day. But the most important thing is hearing it from a combination of Mike Lusner getting into the actual products that they're offering, and then Rob Piclo showing you how he's applying it to his builder audience, to his real estate agent audience, to his financial advisor audience, to make sure that we're getting the right clients for the right products early on in the process. So that's number one, tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Last thing is next Wednesday, December 14th, on our weekly sales meeting, we have a very special and big announcement that we'll be making. This will be live streamed right here on LinkedIn and Facebook. So please join us 11 a.m. Eastern time. We are very, very excited about this announcement. This is truly an announcement that's going to help us all get better together as a team and take our game to another level in 2023. So make sure you mark your calendars. We'll see you next week at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and have a great rest of the week.